Good morning students. Let us study today about another gland in our body which is a pea-sized and it controls our body. Now it is just below the brain or inside the brain and it is called a master gland because it controls most of the other glands, their secretions, and it has its own hormone which is called the growth hormone. When it is in excess, that is hyper secretion, will lead to gigantism. That in the adolescent years, if this hormone is secreted in more amount than required by the body, then the person will grow very tall. Now, if it is less, that is hyposecretion, if it is less secreted in the body, then the person will remain short or like a dwarf. Stunted growth will be seen in this child. So it is called dwarfism. Now along with this, it also secretes the regulatory hormones which will stimulate the thyroid to produce the thyroxine, that is TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Then there will be FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, which will influence the gonads or the testes and ovaries to produce the cells like ova and sperms, and it also secretes prolactin, which is in the mammals or humans, which will responsible for milk production after the baby's birth. Now there is also another hormone which is secreted by the pituitary gland that is helping in the birth process by contracting and relaxing the muscles. Now these all are under the influence of the pituitary. So when this thyroid stimulating hormone is released, then only thyroxine will be produced. Under the follicle stimulating hormone, there will be the male and the female hormones which will be acting under this, like estrogen and androgens. Why it is called master gland? Because it is influencing or allowing the other glands to operate or stop secretions of the other glands, but not all, only few. Now coming to adolescence, the next subtopic is adolescence. It is a growing up process, but in our body till we reach a certain age, our reproductive system doesn't become active. So it's this time during puberty, it is this time where the reproductive system becomes active. So it is actually a period of strain and stress because we are in between, the child is between the adult and the child. So he is a teenager. So a lot of mood swings and things are happening to the body. Mostly it is between 10 to 19 years. Every child is different and unique. Every brother and sister is different and unique. So it won't be same even for twins. Everyone will have this time, puberty, at their own pace. So it will be having many physical changes in the body, like change in the height. The first one is change in height. Suddenly at this time, the child will become tall. Starting it is the girls who become taller, and suddenly, for example, if you are in the 8th standard, in the 8th standard girls will all look taller, but in the 9th or 10th standard, suddenly the boys will take their height, they will be taller than the girls. So the second is change in the body shape. The boys will have broader shoulders, the girls will have broader hips. So Till 10 years, all boys and girls, the body shape is same, similar, but later on there is a slight change. All these things happen because of the hormones in the body. Now there is another thing, that is the voice box will increase in size, and it increases more in the boys and less in the girls. So they develop a protruding voice box here, which is causing the change in voice in the boys. So they have hoarse voice or low pitched voice. Then there is increased activity of sweat glands and increased activity of sweat glands. So a person will sweat more, and also sebaceous gland, so oil. Sebaceous gland will also secrete more oil, or which is the cause of pimples, acne, etc. Now coming to some changes of, these are some changes which happen in the boys as well as girls, except this. Now there is also a different pattern of hair growth on the body of the girls and boys. The hair on the body is more soft in the girls, whereas in the boys it is more different from them. There's also some changes happening in the reproductive system, that is, it is more complex in the girls, whereas in the boys it is little simple. That ovaries start producing eggs, and in the testes they start producing sperms. They are right there from birth. These cells are there in the body of the baby, male and female babies from birth, but they start becoming active during this reproductive stage. There is a lot of sex hormones which are secreted, androgen and testosterone. They are under the influence of the pituitary gland, because pituitary gland will secrete FSH, and that FSH will secrete these hormones in the body of the boys and girls, which are responsible for male characteristics and female characteristics. That is hair growth like beard and mustache in the males, then in the females it is the breast development, etc. Now there are some psychological changes happening in the body too, that is feeling attracted to the opposite gender, and it is normal phase. Now some more changes are, we are in a playful, carefree mood when we are children, but when we grow up we are more conscious, we are too shy. It's not all, everyone is not the same. So some feel shy to talk to someone about the changes. They feel hesitant to share their problems. We find fault among ourselves, inferiority complex. So all these are normal. Why this happens? This happens because there is a sudden change in the hormones in our body, and sometimes if you don't share, it may lead to depression, etc. Now, some major change in the females is they start with the menstrual cycle, which is a little complex. Children take a lot of time for grooming because they feel it's a need to groom themselves well in this teenage life. Now, there are some goals in life, but in this time they are in between this stage where they fear about the future. Some of them may go under depression. This is because there is a dramatic increase in the hormone which affect the brain, and that controls all the emotions and mood swings. Sometimes this is a temporary stage, but sometimes you feel like going somewhere and suddenly we make up our mind not to go there. So this sudden mood swings come. Teenagers like to be with their friends more often than with the families, and they like to imitate everyone or be one in the group, be like others in the group. So they sometimes may have a bad company. Like some children at this stage, they may go into, may get addicted to bad habits like smoking, drinking alcohol, etc. Or some bad habits like taking drugs. Now, next will be the adulthood. So adulthood stage, this storm and stress stops and you are mentally prepared, or it is a stage after adolescence where the person has mental and physical growth and becomes stable. So adolescence is a temporary stage, nothing to worry, everything becomes alright after this stage. Now after adolescence, during adolescence, a lot of care has to be taken of your personal hygiene. Then you should have proper and safe food to eat, have a balanced diet. Then proper lifestyle, like proper sleep, proper exercise. Then avoid long hours of mobile or TV time, because this also influences your sleep pattern, etc. Then avoid the bad habits like smoking, drinking, taking drugs, because once you are into it, you cannot come out of it. So this is the stage where you have to say no to these bad habits. Now coming to cleanliness, a lot of things what the mother tells the child right from the babyhood, the same things have to be followed. Wash hands before, after meals, then clean teeth after meal. Actually, my dentist says after every meal you clean your teeth, not before. So this helps so that food doesn't remain. Now take bath every day. These are things what you have been practicing since childhood, but in the adolescence you have to take more care, like change your clothes daily, or don't wear that is clothes which are not dried completely, because this will lead to fungal infections and all. So have a regular toilet habit, then clean and protect the feet every day, wash hair regularly. All these what your mothers have been telling you is being there in this lesson. So go through it well. Girls have to take more care during the menstrual cycle, because it's more infections and all should not take place. That is why. Now there is also importance of physical exercise, because when you eat and when you don't walk or jog or do any exercise, it's very bad for your body, and this also releases your stress. So stress is a state of mental or emotional strain on the body. So how to overcome or beat stress? Because today doctors say stress, if you keep away, you won't be affected by any disease. Stress makes you fat or gives you more problems, etc. So you are stressed, then your heart beats faster, you breathe faster. All this thing produces more physical and mental symptoms which lead to decline in the physical and mental health. So you have to know how to manage stress in this stage, that is adolescence. Because along with this body changes, you are also answering some exams, you are also having some other problems in your work, day-to-day life. Now, what can you do to release stress? There are many ways. The same things, if you practice, you will not be stressed in these years of adolescence. One is yoga. If you practice yoga, then it really helps to calm your mind and you become more attentive in whatever you're doing. So you'll be even better you'll be better in studying too. Then exercise. Then proper sleep schedule. As your baby, you sleep for a long time, but later on it gets reduced. So again, sleep is very important, because you do all the things right, but if you don't sleep well, it's very bad for your body. Then reading is also important. I will prefer reading a book to reading Kindle, etc., because it really is better than you can read anyway. So reading is very important for the brain actually. Now, sometimes thinking is also important. Just think about some special moment in your life. Don't be so busy in work and think about exams only. Think some pleasant moments also. Just laughing is said to be the best medicine. So many times they say you may not get a disease if you laugh a lot. Make it a practice. Now deep breathing sometimes help. If you are answering an exam, if you are getting scared, just do deep breathing. It will help you to calm your mind, calm your body, and you'll be able to feel confident after that. Now, meditation. Meditation, if you practice every day, it also helps you in controlling your moods, anger, fear, etc. It also helps you to concentrate better in studies. Now, have a lot of hobbies. Listening to music or collecting some things. If you have your own hobbies, you will always cherish these memories of your adolescent. And the last one is, you must have proper time management. What does time management mean? You get up in the morning, you have your breakfast, you have your time, proper time for lunch, dinner, breakfast. So same way, have proper sleep at a regular time, go to the toilet at a regular time. This will help you in the long run when you become adults, because time management is very important to relieve stress. When your every work is done at the right time, don't keep things for tomorrow. What can be done today? So this way, if you manage time well, even in your studies, it will help you a lot. So we'll be doing the next chapter, that is the circulatory system, in the next class. Thank you.